Welcome back, Internet people. This is KMeatballs once again playing Feed the Beast Direwolf 2016 pack on the Mystic Horizon server. Taking another quick look at my processing plant here. Works really well for throwing stuff through. The ferrous and iron from the iron ore that I was processing worked well. I've moved kind of the ores up here. We got the turtles fixed on the server here as well. And been gathering ores. Now, one thing I've noticed is that, I'm eating a lot of coal here, and I really want charcoal to fuel some of this stuff. Problem is, that's a lot of manual tree chopping. I've been planting trees up on the hill here and chopping them down, but that's a pain in the butt. So, what are we going to do? We are going to create a tree farm. Now, I like MinefactoryReloaded. Their machines are great, and you can quickly build a machine that can produce items to excess. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's see, what do we got here? First of all, with the recipes that we have loaded here, for any MinefactoryReloaded machine, you're going to need the factory machine block, which is 3 stone and 3 plastic sheets. The plastic sheets are made out of, what are they called? They are raw plastic, which is done by burning rubber. So I had some rubber trees out in the front yard and got some rubber, and so we're going to take that. Now, wow, I've got quite a full inventory here. I'm going to need a piston for one of the machines here. I'm going to use this opportunity to dump off some stuff in this crafting bench, which I'm going to need that, which I will come back to later. There we go. And what is the first thing we're going to do? We're going to take that, and we're going to take one of these, and we get a planter. Now, the planter is, as it would seem, what you use to plant your saplings. So we're going to need that, and we're also going to need, where's our machines? Should need a higher res version of that. A harvester, which is what will chop them down. So, with those 2 basic items, we will be able to create a tree farm. Now, there's a couple things you have to consider. The harvester will just spit the items out, so we're going to need some chests. I'm actually going to make a couple more here because I'm not quite 100% sure how I want to set this up. There's going to be some more automation we'll have to do after this episode, but I just want to get the basic collection going here. Usually you would use a fertilizer machine as well, but that's something we can add on in a moment. I just want to get the basic tree farm going. And what I've chosen to use is transfer pipes. This is part of the extra utilities mod. I'm just going to create a bunch of these here. They are relatively expensive early game because they do require ender pearls, but I've been killing a couple endermen around, and so I actually have some to spare. So we will dump that off there because I don't need that right now. I'm going to take some transfer nodes. The transfer nodes is what actually pulls something out of an inventory and sends it down the pipe, and then you put the pipe wherever. The other good thing that it does, nope, not this one, this one. You can upgrade the speed at which the transfer nodes will pull items out of an inventory. So I'm just going to create a first step of speed upgrades, just so that it moves a little bit faster than the normal one, because the first level is a bit slow. I'll just get it going. That gets, make sure it doesn't get too backlogged. I might have to increase that. I'm also going to get an item filter because I think I'm going to need it. I can't remember why at the moment because, I'll start recording and forget exactly what I was doing. And, nope, that's not right. What else did I need? Well, I've got a steam dynamo here. And what I'm going to do with that is that's what I'm going to use to power it. The MinefactoryReloaded machine should take EU, MJ, RF, basically any machine you want. And I'm going to use the leadstone energy conduits to give them power. So, where should I put this? Should I put it? Oh, by the way, I died in a fire, but my head popped out onto the ground, and I managed to. That's what I look like, KMeatballs. Although I'm a bat right now. So, anyway, do I want to put the tree farm up here somewhere visible? Nah, you know why? Because I don't like having that kind of stuff visible, especially since when you're looking at it, it causes a bunch of lag. So, if we go down the elevator shaft here, that's the ground floor. Oh, wait, what has been going on here? I have been digging out underneath. There's my turtle diligently working. He stops every time I leave the area because I don't yet have a what's it called? A chunk loader. I use my first 3 diamonds, which I found 2 of them in the world and 1 of them in a chest in a mine shaft, and I use that to create my turtle so that I can start excavating to find more diamonds. I have yet to find more diamonds, and I need some to create a I believe you have to use them to create the enchanting table, which goes into the recipe for the chunk loader. So in the meantime, we're just going to wait on that. Now, this area here, which is a little cramped right now, but we can make it bigger once the turtle excavates it. As you can see, this is the first underground floor, which I'm going to dedicate towards power generation eventually, as well as farms, that kind of stuff. That one I'm going to leave alone, and you can see there's the underfloor there. The next level here, as you can see, it's not a full floor here. This is kind of just an elevator stop to a catwalk around the larger room, which I'm going to dedicate to tree, large style tree farms and that kind of thing. So this will be a double high room. I might move the catwalk down 1 because I don't kind of like how the proportions look here, but we can get started working here. So the first thing we need with the unupgraded version of this is, oh, and I don't have a subfloor either, so that'll make things interesting. I just finished digging out the first part of this hole, and it's not quite ready. So the first thing we need, by default, without any upgrades, the planter and the harvester go off of a 3x3 patch. For now, that's going to be enough for what I need to do. So we're going to drop the harvester here. This black face, that's a bad way of saying it, pulses when it's empowered, and it faces forward towards the area that's being mined out. The planter goes 1 level below the surface that you're wanting to plant on. So you don't line it up at the same level. You put it 1 below, like that. Now, the good thing about this is it actually makes it relatively easy. Where do I want to punch through here? I want to punch through, yeah, somewhere along here. Okay, I don't believe the harvester has an internal buffer. So what we want to, or an internal storage, sorry. So I'm going to put a chest beside it, and what that should do is it should output into the chest. Now, let's see if I remember how I was going to do this. I was going to I need leadstone energy conduits between these to power them. I'm going to want the steam dynamo here. Whoa, falling. Steam dynamo goes here, which means that it'll be in the floor like my ore processor, so that I can quickly get to it to refuel it. For now, don't have anything to fuel it with. I'll come back for coal in a bit. And so that's the power. Now I want to put saplings in here. And let's see. Oh, right. I needed a second chest. And the reason I needed that was for the remainder of the output. So if we put a chest here, and then dig. So the end result is that the anything that's not saplings, like apples and wood, will go into this chest. And we'll figure out something to do with it for real afterwards. Oh, go there. Don't need that. So, I'm going to put another transfer pipe here. And then we need a transfer node there. And so what that's going to do, we'll do that. Oh, no, what did I need to do? That, there we go. Okay, so now that's hooked up. So I believe the planter will only take items that are valid for it. I'm not sure, so let's test that. If I put cobble in here, you see it's quickly being sucked out. It should start showing up in here. And since it's not, I can only assume, yes, it's being put into here. So that becomes a problem. We need to make sure that only saplings are going in there. Now, how do we do that? We can do that with a filter. So if I go pipe, take a look here, sorting pipe. There we go. So let's go back to the surface real quick here and make one of those. Now that is why I had the gold on me, which was not here. It is here. Okay. So what do we need to do? Sorting pipe. We need, oh, come on, glass, and we need slabs. So let's use another bench here. Let's make some slabs. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. We've got our sorting pipe. Now, what the sorting pipe does is it's a dumb pipe. It doesn't really have much in terms of customization. What it does do is it ensures that the only stuff, or the only items that get deposited into the inventory that it's attached to, are items already in that inventory. So it's actually important that I already have 12 saplings, because 9 of these are going to get planted and we'll be left with 3. Since we're only using one type of item here, this shouldn't be a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that. Oh, I should go back for that. And, oh, place that. So let me just quickly go, because those are relatively, I don't know if the pipes are expensive. I don't think they are. But now if you take a look, the gold part here, that indicates that it will only, saplings are the only things that are going to go in here. So if I take those out for a moment, and we put cobblestone in here, so hopefully, yeah, cobblestone starts showing up in here. It does it in chunks. So like the transfer node reads a certain number into it and then searches for inventories and then dumps them in. So we got them out here. And if we look in our planter still only has saplings. Now, if I take saplings and I put saplings in here, they won't show up over here. It's also based on the sorting pipes also follow the pipe. So when that transfer node there tries to find an inventory, first of all, it checks the block that it's in. Okay, it checks, okay, what am I attached to? Okay, let's find the pipe. Now, are there inventories attached here? No. Okay. Are there ones here? No. Okay. Are there ones here? Yes. And there are saplings here, so we'll deposit them here. So unless this is full, this chest will never receive saplings. And actually, that's kind of a good overflow, because what's good is that we can, once this planter is full of saplings, then we get the saplings out to be able to use for other stuff, like turning into biofuel, I think. We can work on that on another day. So what we want to do is, let's go back upstairs here. I do have a chest of coal over here, and it's okay. I mean, coal is relatively abundant in this world, and we have mining ages and the deep dark and all that stuff. So I'm not too worried about losing too much coal, but I also don't want to use something that's non-renewable if I don't have to. So I'd rather use charcoal. So let's start this up. The steam dynamo is kicked on. Oh, that's right. That's not going to work. Why? Because, once again, I need aqueous accumulator. So I'm going to strap that on there, and let's see. This is where it would have helped had I, don't want that there. If I had actually completed the floor, which I was going to record on today. So, let that be a lesson to you. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Okay, let's see here. Should be relatively simple to get this going, though. I'm just going to go there. You don't need 2 sources, but I usually do put 2 sources just so that, if I accidentally delete one, it's going to be able to keep up. The water Christmas bucket that I have here, that's done by the same recipe as logs, but instead same recipe as the iron bucket, but using logs. And it gives you a bucket that I don't think it'll work with lava, but it will work for water. So it's a good early bucket, and it's in Christmas mode because it's December. So, it's being all festive and crap, like it does. There you go. That should be fine because the transfer node's holding it back. And then let's just fill in the floor there, there, and there. So now we have water, and we add the coal. And steam builds up. Once it gets to 50%, I believe, we start generating power. And our planter goes to work. See, now the planter has planted the trees, and we still have 3 oak saplings. Now, in early days, that might be a little bit of, I might have to watch it a little bit because depending on how many get processed initially, I might run out of saplings, but I'm also going to pull this wall back a little bit just so that the trees have a better chance of growing. And also going to put these, just put a bunch of light out here, should help to encourage growth. I believe the trees need a, the oak saplings at least need a 6-high ceiling to grow against. So hopefully that's good enough. So there we go. It's still a little cramped in here because it's early days and I don't really have it emptied out. The lower part of the this, I'm probably going to just use a filler and fill it back in. Why I went down to bedrock here was because I wanted to make sure I don't like sitting on top. I don't like my base sitting on top of an area that's not mine because I know there's materials down there I could be using. So, you know, just call me paranoid, but I like to hollow out the floor beneath me and fill it back in, and that way there's no caves below me either, and I get a chance to light up all the caves around me, so less mobs sitting around underground just going So let's encourage the growth here a little bit. I'm gonna make some bone meal. Hopefully that's enough, and down we go once again into the depths of here. Well, let's get a tree growing in here. Ah, okay. So you'll see very quickly. There we go. It dumps the tree. Oh, wow! We got another one. So as this thing processes, you can see we're filling up sludge. So we're gonna take that sludge and turn it into something else in another episode here. But you see, it's using RF to do it. I'm taxing the dynamo quite a bit by doing this, and hopefully that means that the dynamo keeps running. I don't yet have any buffer in place, but as you see, these saplings are starting to replenish down here, and the output I get is exactly what I was expecting: oak wood and apples. So this is really great. This now means that even if this does stop, like say this dynamo gets caught up to the internal buffers of both of these both of these machines, and it fills its own buffer. Even if that stops, what that means is that when it comes time for me to create some charcoal, I have I have plenty on hand. What we'll probably wind up doing in a future episode here is that's probably exactly what I was planning to do: use the item filter to create a loop for generating charcoal. So I got to think that one out. I'm going to keep this episode nice and tight here today. What I will probably do at some point is extend this out and create a larger one. You can add upgrades to the corner here. And what they take is a few other materials. Upgrade. There we go. So see, radius increase 2, radius increase 3, radius increase 4, etc. And they require various materials. They're actually relatively cheap to make. So I'll probably extend this between the end of this episode and the start of next one, and get ready to create my auto charcoal machine, which I will show off next time. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.